Hello, peoples. A couple days ago, I got a chance to see Godzilla Minus One in IMAX. There was quite a lot of buzz around this movie, and so I was excited to check it out. This is a Japanese film, and it is really cheap. It was a very, very cheap movie to make. It is cost from $10 to $15 million. I know they're reporting 15, but the director recently commented that it was cheaper. The fact that this movie costs $10 million is a miracle because I'm not even kidding. Because I went into this movie, knowing the budget, knowing that it did a really good job with it. And about an hour in, I thought to myself, you know what? This movie went by really fast because the movie's over now. Because there's no way they have any more money left. And then the movie was halfway through, and then I was like, what? We have another hour of this consist? Is it this consistent? I was like, is it about to get really bad CGI, or is like what's about to happen? Because I don't think there's any money left. I continued to watch the movie, and it kept it up for another hour, and I was just struck by the fact that this movie was able to maintain this quality. If this movie was $200 million, it'd be like, that part maybe was a little messy, but the fact that this is able to live up to movies that are like almost 5 times the budget is insane, or even more than 5 times, 10 times the budget. The fact that it's able to make you feel more scale than Godzilla versus Kong, like this movie understands scale, it understands how to make your jaw drop, it knows how to make good moments in movies that make you awestruck by this grand creature like Godzilla. Like these more recent legendary Godzilla films, I don't like at all, except for the 2014 Godzilla film directed by Gareth Edwards. And what I think that movie and this movie have in common is the understanding of Godzilla, how grand he is, how big he is. Yes, King of the Monsters did an okay job of that. I think Kong Skull Island did an okay job with that as well, but Godzilla versus Kong really, really lost that for me, and it looks like Godzilla times Kong at the whatever empire, it doesn't capture that at all, and it looks like more of the same to me. And so it's just fascinating that that movie is going to cost so much more, but yeah, I get so much more out of this much cheaper movie. The cast is really good, everyone is really good in the movie. There's like really solid performances throughout with memorable characters. A lot of people complain about characters in these movies, and while I don't think Godzilla 2014 has a very good rap with its characters, I think that the characters in that movie is good, and as this movie. I would say personally, I get a lot more enjoyment out of the 2014 Godzilla than a lot of people do, and so I would honestly put this about on par with that film. But when you compare the budgets, it's when this movie looks mighty good when you compare it to 2014's Godzilla. But ultimately, I did enjoy them about the same. I was consistently blown away by this movie from beginning to end. The action sequences are really good. Godzilla looks good. There was many just spine-chilling moments, and it sounded fantastic in IMAX. It's easily the loudest movie I've ever seen in IMAX. Like easily, I was like, oh my god, this is really, really loud. Like, and I just saw Oppenheimer in IMAX a couple months ago, and so I think this was louder than Oppenheimer, which is mighty impressive. So it's easily one of the coolest IMAX experiences I've ever had. If I had to give my complaints, even though people are praising the crap out of the human characters, I still think they're pretty standard, and I still think the story is something that we've seen before, but it's all done super well. And there's some things about the ending I don't necessarily love, and it has to do with a certain character. And it feels a little squeaky clean, just a little too squeaky clean of an ending. I still really enjoyed the movie. Yes, at the end of the day, I think it is a standard story done incredibly well. And so I don't want to get in the train of saying, oh, this movie's overrated, but I will say, based off some of the reviews that I've seen, I don't think this is a masterpiece. I don't think this is one of the best movies of the year. I think it's a very, very good movie that understands scope and scale better than a lot of movies right now with this familiar story. And that's perfectly fine. I still really like this movie. I'm going to give it an 8.3 out of 10. Anyways, comment down below what you guys thought of Godzilla Minus One. Very excited to see what you guys think. I'm seeing Wonka this week, so I'll check that out. You have my review up whenever I get a chance to do that. So yeah, like, share, subscribe, and stuff like that, and adios.